So, hello everyone that's watching. Back again. I'm going to be playing some black-green scales today. Pioneer. It's one of the decks that has recently won a PTQ. It's not necessarily something that's in the meta, but or it's not something that's been generally in the meta, but it's something that I've loved for a while. When the Pioneer format first came about, I was very interested in trying it out. It had a bit of a surge at the start, had some good results in the ASCG and stuff, then it kind of fell off. Then Dominic Harvey came about, won a PTQ with it, and now I'm back to try and win myself. Oh, thanks for following. I assume that's Freddy. I'm gonna guess. Thank you very much. Yeah. Oops. Sorry. It doesn't. It's a fairly. Let's say stock. I think the main thing is the 4 move ult in the sideboard. Everything's very solid. 4/4, 4/4, everything. But like the 2-ish guy, I don't think you want more than 2 of them. I don't really have a lot to say. It's not really my list. I'll talk about as I play a league. I'll just get straight into it. Might as well. Not much of a talker. Not great at talking about it. I'll try. I hope everyone's doing well in our trying times at the moment. That can be hard for a lot of people, especially people that aren't with anyone else. So I hope I can give some sort of enjoyment. So this is interesting. I'm definitely keeping it. It has a pretty strong start of just going elf into double scales and then whatever else I want to do. I think I'm on the play as well. I'm not. It's not a problem. But it's definitely very strong starting hand. Our opponent is multi-6. I'm hoping with the Stone Concept in our hand that we just play against a mono multicolored deck like Niv, so that it just runs away with the game. It seems we're playing against Ensoul. Seems like our deck is fairly suited to beat theirs, since their removal is primarily red based, and our creatures can quickly get stronger than that. They usually tend to not run any wild slashes in their main board either, so I think our Mystic will be quite safe. I'm hoping to go I could play like Snake Anna Scales and then go Scales Serpent, and it will be a 5/5, which is quite big. That's definitely a pretty good turn 3. Saying that, they do have the ability to turn their creatures into big uns as well. I'm just gonna take that. Don't want to throw away our Snake or our Mystic just yet. I'm just gonna play out my cards. We're still somewhat soft to a Ensoul artifact right now. Oh, we can make our Snake a 6/6, which is a lot better. Probably gonna play a Skilled Animator now. That'll buff the Ginger Boot, which is a card that I can't really deal with at the moment. It's not too bad. It's when they start giving it unblockable. So we're losing this race. I think we need to take this though. Hoping to draw something like a ballista. Ballista would be very good. But we're at a point now where we're soft to the shrapnel blasts in their deck. So ballista would be our best draw. Vivian is also a very good draw. Vivian's probably one of our better draws as well. That kills the ginger root. We have to be wary of metallic rebuke though. They do only have 2 cards, and they are sitting on this Bowmat Courier, so they can draw fresh 3 cards when they would like. Yeah, so they're just going to cash in their Bowmat Courier now. I'm going to block with the Constrictor instead of the Serpent in case they want to trade it, and a Shrapnel Blast. I don't mind losing the 3rd Scales-esque effect. We want a Serpent to do something. Yeah, just 2 lands. So hoping that they continue to have a flooding problem with the Bowmat Courier, but that seems unlikely. Okay, so we drew the Ballista, which is very, very good. Want to kill the Skill Reanimator and the Ginger Brute, so we can currently make it a 5, which is about as ideal as we'd want it to be. I'm not going to play any of these Shocklands untapped, just because we'd die to Shrapnel Blast and we don't want that. I think we want to kill these creatures now. What would be our... I think we definitely kill the Animator now. We leave back the... We also leave back the Winding Constrictor, I think. We want to play around, I guess considering that we want to race in a sense that we want to get them dead before they can like Shrapnel Blast us twice, or like get in another bit of unblockable damage. So we want to get in the Stone Cold Serpent attack just to like take a chunk out of them, and then next turn attack with our Ballista, which will be a 6/6 if we don't. I'm okay with taking a Ginger Brute attack unless they put something on it, but we want to leave back the Ballista so that they if they want to target it, so we don't want to do it straight away, because we can also just make it a 6/6, which would be better than a 5/5. 6 is more than 5. As you can probably tell, I'm not great at talking through what I'm doing. I'm quite an instinctive player generally. I tend to kind of... I'll know what I'm doing, but I won't be able to tell you about it until later on. This is a good example of why it's good to have the Bliss Hunter as well. If they play an on off upturn and like want to put an Ensoul on it, it's better to kill it then. I guess not, because if we plus on it, we plus the Blister, we can make it a 6, and we can just deal 5 to the 5/5 creature. They're gonna Ensoul the Citadel, which makes sense. If they have another Ensoul, that would be a problem. Okay, so they want to make that unblockable. I think that's fine. We pretty much are winning with Blister at this point. We're going to just make it very large. I think I might be okay with pinging it. I think I have to block the Citadel with the Constrictor. Or I can, yeah, I think I'm just fine with this happening. They don't have any coloured sources, so they can't track or blast me in response. Then we just block the Citadel with the Snake. Then we can make our Ballista a 4/5/5, which is good. We'll just keep the Stone Cold Serpent back as a blocker for the rest of the game. So if our opponent doesn't block, then we're just going to pump it. We're going to pump it regardless, but we want to... oh, we don't want to ping anything. We want to put a counter on it. We also have the ability to use the Mystic as a blocker. Okay, we're going to make it a 4/4. That makes more sense. Yeah, I miscalculated the thing. 4/4 makes much more sense. Our Stone Cold Serpent is protected from Ensoul, or not Ensoul, from Shrapnel Blast because it's a 5/5, oh 6/6 rather. We want to kill this on the stack if they attack, because we don't want to give them the redraw, which is what they would be doing if they do attack with it. I'm just going to use this Ballista to like ping off all their small creatures. Keep attacking with it. Okay, so things I could do, I could just send this Mystic in to die chump there and then take the easy trade there. I think that sets up Lethal next turn. If they do want to activate the Bomat, then they'll have to... yeah, I think that's correct. I get this to a 7. Kill that. I can. I want them to activate the Bomat actually. I'm just gonna block like this. Not entirely sure why they're attacking. They should be staying back. So we have Lethal on board now. We just kill the Ornithopter. Stop them having any blockers. Attack with Move Out and Ballista. Or we could just make our Ballista a 5 again, or 4 again. It does 10. can do both now that we drew that on top land. Cool. Alright, we're just gonna sack the Bomat. I have no mana to do anything. Great. Alright, our sideboard is quite good for this matchup in that we have 8 removal spells? 7 removal spells, rather. Excuse me. Vicious Hydra is a bit slow. I think it's fine and worth keeping a couple. This is not bad as a jumper. The problem is, in general, these kind of effects tend to be like planeswalkers tend to be weaker on the draw. You have the elves. I know that they're likely to bring in removal, like wild slashes, so we want to kind of make them as bad for them as possible. So we will trim some of the elves, also because we're bringing in like 1-mana interaction that we can do on turn 1 instead. I think I will just ditch a Vivian. That seems fine. I'm not entirely sure if it's correct, but I like the Stonecoil Serpents just because they can be made quite large quite quickly. I can play them down early as a 2/2 or something to block their 1/1s. And then later on I can turn it into a big to block their ensouled creatures. Also has reach, which is relevant against the Aethersphere Harvesters, which they're potentially able to bring in if they'd like. So this is a good hand if we're playing Hearthstone. a typical Hearthstone hand. If I had a single forest, I'd keep this. But I think, given the circumstance, it's very obvious I should mulligan. This is better. It has interaction. Turn 2. It's a. No, I wouldn't. I was gonna say it's a bit slow, but it's not really. It's everything that we want. It's about what we get rid of, and I think Vivian's. It's either Vivian or a land. I think Vivian isn't as great on the draw, so I am happy to get rid of that and just make sure we hit our land drops. Hoping to draw like a push or something. Unravel's also very good against the Ensoul on Darksteel Citadel because it just doesn't care that it's indestructible, which is fantastic for us given the circumstance. We can either, if we draw like a 1-man interaction, we can play Unravel turn 2 if we need to. We can also just leave it. We don't really need to. I don't think we're going to be playing it on turn 2 really. I think we want to get our snake out and then we can make our ballista big. See how our draws pan out. What have they done? I haven't seen if they've mulliganed. They mulled to 5. Okay. That's good for us. It also does mean that they probably have a very powerful start in one way. They probably have something like... Okay, I hope they have a land. They have missed a land drop? Okay, well, we have the Nissa on turn 3, which is about the most ideal thing we could have had, except maybe an elf and then into Nissa. But our opponent appears to be missing lands, so as long as we just keep hitting our land drops. No, that's not how. That's not concede either. As long as we just cast our creatures every turn, I think we're okay. We also have a very powerful hand, assuming they hit land drops every turn, but this seems highly suspect. Okay, yeah, they just conceded. That's a bit of a shame. I think this matchup's quite interesting. I think the sideboard plan of Unravel the Aethys and Field Push would have made our sideboard its deck a lot better against them, especially because we can make our creatures a lot bigger than what they can do. Theirs is mostly just like 5/5s. Our biggest issue is if they get like they make a 5/5 Ginger Brute. That's like the hardest thing for us to deal with. Anything else is not too bad, assuming we can like find our feet in the early turns and not get aggroed too much, not able to land a board state of any sort. Starting off the league okay. I mean, 2-0 is always nice. I tend to start all mine with a lot. Well, that's not true. I think I'm a very competitive 3-2 gamer generally. Never 5-0'd though, so maybe we can get it this time. That would be nice. I think there's hands of mulligan. Our deck is well suited to mulligan into the better nut draws, so we can definitely like afford to mulligan. I'm on the draw again, and I think this hand's a bit too slow. I think I can do a little bit better. This is good. I will keep this. This is a 10-2 Nissa, 10-3 Vivian if I draw the land. So Botanical Sanctum isn't okay. Spirits. I think our deck is pretty good against spirits. We have a Walking Blister, which is one of the better cards in the matchup, and we're also able to curve into this Nissa and hopefully resolve this Vivian through a Spell Queller. If we can do that, then I think we're in a very good situation. They don't really have a way of dealing with Elvish Mystic, so and Mausoleum Wanderer is not going to be sacking for anything anytime soon. As soon as we get Walking Blister down, I think our chances of winning go up quite high, or quite quickly. The problem here is that our Nissa will die immediately to if they play another spirit, but then if they do play a spirit, we get to resolve the Vivian, then that'll die. So it's an awkward situation. It might be correct to play out just a Mystic, like an attack. That feels quite weak. We could minus the Nissa instead of making the plant. We don't want to just play out my free drop just to make a plant and then die immediately to like anything they may have. Yeah, I think I'm okay with just playing out the Mystic second one, and then I'm happy to offer the trade for the Selfless Spirit with my Mystic. We can start ticking up. Next turn we can play out the Nissa, and I'm more comfortable down ticking then. I want to see what they do on turn 3, because that's like one of their Lord turns. I'd rather kill that creature. So here's the Lord. I guess one of the I think our best creature in this matchup is Stonecoil Serpent, if we're able to get that. But until we can. It's a bit tough. Walking Ballista's okay. It's a bit awkward now because of the situation that we're in. I don't hate making a... I'm thinking about now whether or not I just die. I guess I don't if I make a 2-2 Ballista because I can kill the Selfless Spirit in response to anything. And then like I can hope to just like make it big with these two. I think that's about the best thing I have at the moment. It's a bit awkward not being able to cast these Planeswalkers in my hand, but that tends to be the case when you're on the draw. They feel a bit awkward. Even with it just being like a turn 2 play, it's not good enough when it just dies immediately, the Nissa specifically. So I'm hoping to be able to resolve the Nissa next turn, down ticket, and then be able to kill one of these creatures, but that seems unlikely unless they don't have much else. Yeah, another eagle is maybe something I should have killed in response for 11. I go to 1. That's not very good. I think I just lose this game, unfortunately. We get to bring in failed pushes though. And I think Thoughtseize is good. Although I think I'd rather have them on the play. I think, or on the draw. On the play, I'm more comfortable just being more streamlined. They're gonna bring in stuff like Baffling End, but it's not great for them. Happy to trim on some of the more expensive removal. Sound of Planeswalker, and this is fine, but not fantastic. I think Vivian on curve is a bit better than this. I think Hydra's like fine. I might just go to 2 Hydra. That seems fine. Trim a bit on the Planeswalkers. They're a bit soft to Spell Queller. I think we mulligan this. This hand is fine. Of all the cards to get rid of, I think it's the second push. At this point we just want to make a big Stone Cold Serpent and then like play defensive with that until we can get to a point where we can leverage our Nissa a lot. So we want to play Nissa next turn into Stone Coil. I think that's a curve that is quite hard to deal with on the play for our opponent. We can make it a 4-4 and then we play the other one, we could make it a 5-5. I can play a Spirit here and then put on this to 2, but we don't mind just down ticking it to give everything plus like a 1/1 counter anyway. Alternatively, if I draw Hardened Scales, it's very good as well, because I can go Hardened Scales, Stone Cold Serpent, still a 3/3 then when it comes down and it becomes a 5/5. They're just passing. This is fine. If they just hold up a flash threat, it's very likely a Rattle Chains. Alante would be good just to make the Stone Coil a bit bigger. There's the Hardened Scales that we were talking about, so I want to cast that. Play out the Stone Coil. Make a minus on this to make it a 5/5. Make an attack with our plant. I hope they forget that it has reach, because I've definitely done that myself. Just getting with this plant. We can start attacking with our creatures now. Our creatures are so big that there's a lot of pressure on them to like block it. I think I'm just going to start attacking with my Stone Curl and stuff. I don't think their creatures can get big enough without them committing and not flashing creatures to be an issue. There's the Rattle Chains I expected. I guess the problem is like Nebelgast Herald. That's probably what we need to look out for, but even with that being the play, we still have our like other small creatures which they have to deal with. Even our like Lana Royals is a threat now as a 3/3. We start with this failed push, which helps us to just kind of like deal with all these small creatures. The problem is we don't really have a great way of revolting. This is an interesting attack. I assume it's going out to the Nissa. So it seems like they might forget that our creature has reach. I can't think of anything that they could do. I could see what would be bad if they go Mausoleum Wanderer. That gives it +1. I can only make it a 4/4. Unless they have 3 1-drops. No, that's still a 4/4. So I just block it. Okay. I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. Just got a free block. I'm not sure what our opponent was doing there. But I'm not complaining. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to combat first. They have the Nebelgast Herald. They seem to not have it. So we're just going to make a plant and pass. I don't want to play out Nissa into a spell queller. No reason to give them something to queller the speller. Happy with just making a plant and passing. Go to 4. Like, they're not in a very good spot, really. If they flash in something unanswered, I'm just going to push the Rattle Chains. Doesn't stop them from having a lot of tricks. There's the spell queller. I'm just going to push this now. They're put in a situation where if they want to kill on Nissa, they have to attack with their blocker. Oh, hello. I assume this is Josh. I think. That's my guess. Hope you're doing okay. Are you at home now? Are you in the UK? Are you still in Norway? I assume you're in the UK now. Yeah, I'm doing alright. Can't complain. Getting to play cards I like at home, which is nice. So I don't really see a great a lot of what our opponent can do to get out of this. They definitely need like Galactic Company, but most of their cards are like most of their lands are shock lands. Yeah, that makes sense. Is your work still going? I'd assume most like work could seize. I guess it must be essential. Okay. Oh, so they shocked in for Supreme Phantom. So they definitely have no spell queller tricks. Yeah, can't do much really. Like if they attack for the Nissa, then that like the trample from the Stone Coil will kill them, if not the creatures. So that's fair. Working in a crisis seems very stressful. I guess it's not too bad if you yeah, okay, they did. It's not too bad if you're like not working in an environment with a lot of people. So we're just gonna fire at this. We're gonna minus on this, and then we're going to attack with all of our creatures, and they're probably going to die. Cool. Alright, so we want to do our deck a little bit different on the draw. I think we definitely want these Thoughtseize. I don't know if we necessarily want all 4. We definitely want a certain amount of them. I think we want to get rid of a lot of these clunky free drops and kind of go into like a low. I also think we kind of want more removal spells to stop with their curve. Probably just want to get rid of all the Nisses. They don't seem very good. We want to prioritize having like casting cheap spells into Spell Queller. We don't want a lot. I like 2 Vivians just to have something to like slam down and like either immediately kill a creature or like immediately make our creatures really big if they get to a point where we have a window to do so. But yeah, I've felt a bit crazy at the moment. It's gone a bit stir crazy with everything. I can go up and like go shopping and stuff and walk, which is nice, but a lot of the time it's it can be quite boring. Luckily, I have a very busy house. Like it's a student flat, so we have like 6 people here, so it's not too bad. Oh yeah, it would have been the Teen Trails, isn't it? Yeah, it's a shame. There was a load of good Magic events going on. I'm gonna push the Phantom. They're probably gonna sack the Wanderer, but that's okay. I don't mind that too much. We can get the Constrictor down, and then we can start playing out these our X creatures. Oh yeah, he must be loving it. Okay, this is a really good spot. We draw the Thoughtseize, so we get to Thoughtseize them and then make a free Stone Coil, which will block most of what they're doing outside of Lords. But then we have the Voracious Hydra if they do slam a Lord to. Well, I guess they have this Brute Phantom as a Lord anyway. But they're just playing this tapped, so I don't know if we actually do Thoughtseize them. If they're just playing a Selfless Spirit, I am happy with just playing out like a 4/4 Stone Coil Serpent. So we have the Vivian now if we draw a green source. So I think I'm happy with just playing out a big Stone Coil. I can play a Ballista for 2, which doesn't seem very strong. I can make a 2/3 Hydra, which turns it to a... No, I think Stone Coil is just the best option. If I can resolve this Vivian at any point, I can just make it huge. I think I want to just keep this Constrictor back. Baffling End's a concern, but I think if they play Baffling End next turn and I draw a land, I can play Hydra and kill the Phantom. These are all rented. They're rented with mana traders. I think it's a very good investment for the current situation of things. I'll end up spending less money on this kind of thing than I would on like normal Magic cards. So I'm fairly happy to do that. So I don't think I have to worry about anything now. The only thing I I could really think about is like Rattle Chains end of turn or like a Brazen Borrower, but I don't think they're gonna play Brazen Borrower. I want to play this Mystic mainly because I don't really have much better to do in my mana, and I want to get to 4 to play the Vivian, but I'm gonna start by thought seizing them. Sure. The main thing is that it's not necessarily the cards that you own, it's the money that you get back from playing leagues that helps. In the sense of okay, this is a good take. When it comes to Modo, you tend to get more if you, as long as you consistently like 3-2 leagues, which is like fairly easy to do, excuse me, then you'll always get what you paid in back and a bit more, which is better than general paper like you know, paper tournaments where you're like FNMs and stuff, and like generally your general like payout is usually lower than what you'll put in. Okay, well, we're set up to just like make our creatures huge at this point. We also worried a bit about Spell Queller, but not too badly. The main issue actually is these double Selfless Spirits, but then if we start picking them apart, then they don't really have much else. I am happy actually to maybe just play out this Ballista and then play the Vivian next turn. Because this Ballista will become a 3/3. I can kill one of the Selfless Spirits. I'm hoping to draw another land, just so I can play like Fatal Push and then Vivian. Ballista also means that I can ping down their creatures after they've like indestructible stuff. Land isn't great for them. So I'm gonna try and ping out one of the Selfless Spirits on the end step. Yeah, these are like the basic league. So you have 5 matches. This is like the main way you can play Magic Online. Really, you don't really get anything like Arena where you can just like play constantly. You have to like enter it. It's basically like entering an FNM, but it's 5 rounds. So our opponent can flash in a Lord here, which is maybe what they're going to do, or they're going to Coco in response to try and find Lords. That's fine. Now we can play the Vivian, and we can like make the Stone Curl and the Ballista bigger every turn. I don't think I want to do that. Well, I killed the Selfless Spirit and trade my Ballista. I'm okay with how things are going, really. I'm just gonna play out this Vivian. Just gonna make these. But yeah, I want to make the Stone Curl at least a 6/6. I don't think I want to make it any bigger unless they start playing Lords there. But the Coco was a good draw for them. I don't think I'm worried about much else though, so I can just start plussing on this Ballista every turn. If they go all in on my Vivian, I can block one of the creatures. I'll probably sack a Selfless Spirit. So I probably won't block our Selfless Spirit. No, I think I'm in an okay situation. I can also just keep plussing the Ballista every turn. Eventually just want to get to a point where these Selfless Spirits are off the table and I can start picking off the rest of what they do. One of the main issues with their deck is that they don't have a lot of card advantage, if any. They have Spectral Sailor, it's like their closest thing. Yeah, so they're gonna go all in on the Vivian. What I want to do is I want to make them pop a Selfless Spirit now, so I'm going to block, and next turn I can activate Ballista and then try and get one of the other Selfless Spirits. That's cool, we got what we wanted. What we can do now is, if we wanted to, we could ping the other one, but I think you just want to wait on that. We're okay with this Vivian dying. It got a good amount of value for us. If we draw a land here, it's good. Mining Constrictor isn't terrible. I could also just like push the Selfless Spirit and like play out my things. I can't play the Constrictor as well then if I do that, which is kind of what I want to do. But I also want to kind of get aggressive. I think actually I'm fine with just staying back with the Stonequill. If I don't, I might die. I think because we have the Fatal Push, we're okay. Like increasing our mana and just like staying back with the Stonequill for blocks. And it's like whether or not we push the Selfless Spirit now, which I think actually it might be correct to do, just in case we need to like kill off a Rattle Chain. Yeah, I don't think they have anything, so I'm just going to do it now. They might have a third Rattle Chains or a Coco, which would be good draws for them. Okay, they have the Spell Queller, which is also what I would expect. But now we can go next turn. If we don't plus our Ballista, we can go Constrictor Hydra would be a free 4, which is fine. They are getting some good hits off of their draws. I think we can power through them eventually. If we draw another land now, we can play Constrictor plus Ballista. Once we get this like Selfless Spirit off the board, I think it becomes quite easy for us. It's just about getting like that off the table really, while maintaining our Ballista. So maybe it should have been better just to like plus or activate the Ballista rather. I mean that's probably correct. So opponents thinking of attacking, they may have like a Coco or something. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16. So a Lord would kill us. We want to block the biggest thing. A Lord would be 5, 10. Yeah. 5, 10, 5, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, that's very unfortunate actually. Kind of annoying that we didn't get there. It's actually very frustrating. Maybe it was correct to like minus the Vivian and stuff. I think the main problem was the Selfless Spirits. It kept meant that I couldn't kill these lords. And we just died to them. Yeah, and they drew incredibly well and considering it was like top decking the whole time. 3, 6. Wait, no, this is just 16. Oh no, I was meant to. Yeah, okay. Oh, I just threw away the game. Yeah, I miscalculated. I thought they were doing 18. They were doing 16. I should have killed the Selfless Spirit in response, and I actually would have been in a very good position, or at least like a not dead position. I might have died the next turn. I think I was still dead the next turn unless I drew like another blister. I had the Voracious Hydra. Hi Jacob, how are you doing? I'm doing okay. I mean, I kind of threw away that last game, which was a bit frustrating, but all things considered, not too bad. I don't know if I could have won the next turn if they just keep alphaing me. I don't have, unless I drew like, yeah, another ballista maybe. This hand's not very good. Not got anything happening on our first couple of turns. On a mulligan. This hand we can keep. Definitely. I think I'm happy to like bin a land based on how our hand's going. We're on the draw again. It's a classic. I think I'm happy to ditch the forest. I want to keep our mana strong. So we've been on the draw every game, which hasn't been fantastic for us. Seems like we might be playing some sort of blue-white strategy, which isn't great for our deck, but I think the Planeswalkers are definitely the most useful. I think I'm happy just making a 2/2 Serpent here and then playing my Llanowar Elves. Player, like, I don't mind this getting censored if anything's getting censored. Okay, it's Spirits. That makes things a lot better, especially to start. If they just like shock and pass. I can make Hydra big enough that it can't get spell quellered, which I think is quite good. Make it a 3/4. Have it fight the Rattle Chains. Want to keep the board clear. We want to get the Stone Coil to like a 4/4. This could be another Rattle Chains, that's fine. They always have the perfect answer for whatever I'm doing. It's a bit frustrating, but now they'll probably play like a Lord or a Coco. If they shock in again, I'm just gonna assume Coco. Yeah. I'm gonna attack with my Hydra. I want to attack with it before casting anything because of Spell Queller. I also want them to cast a spell call her instead of a Coco. So I'm going to play the Rishkar first. Yeah, it seems about right. And I'm just going to play out a 1-1 Blister. Hopes of it growing. Happy to just take this. At least the Stone Coil blocks the Spell Queller for free because it's got pro multicolored. Babby Ballista. The Nissa here is okay. The problem is that like if they have another Queller, it kind of just sucks. But it's better than getting the Vivian Coward. I will cast it. See you later. Hope you enjoyed what you saw. Talk to you soon. A second Spell Queller. That's fine. That's about what I'd expect. I will attack with my Hydra because all of their blocks are bad. I'm happy to just attack for free every turn. The problem I'm hoping not to see a Lord. A Lord would be bad. I'll just take the Rattle Chains. So I'm in a position now where I'm just going to attack with my Hydra again. I'm going to say Nebelgast Herald, see what this targets. That's fine. Now they don't have mana open to deal with this Vivian. I'm just going to make another 1-1. And I'm going to cast this Vivian, which we've been snowballing in our hand. Gonna make the Blister probably a just big enough that it will kill the Nebelgast Herald, and we like set up blocks with the Stone Coil. Now I think we pass. In case of Selfless Spirit, which I think is fine. Okay, if they just flash it in now, I'm just going to kill the Nebelgast immediately. Then I'm just going to let that resolve. Interesting. I think I'm happy with blocking like this. If they want to save their Rattle Chains, they have to I pressed 1 and 2 and 6 instead of like the F keys. So this could be double Lord. If it's double Lord, then we trade on the Rattle Chains, which is fine. I don't think it will be double Lord though. I think I'm just fine with this happening. Okay, it's single Lord. Single Lord is okay. It's still a trade. I guess, yeah, I forgot about that, but that's okay. Don't know why they're tapping that down. I don't mind that too much. It's actually the worst load for us, but it's not too bad. I guess we just lose our 2 good blockers. I don't like playing in spirits. I'm just bad. I'm just a bad player, so it makes it harder. This is good for us. Not a plus on the ballista. And I can play another one and plus on the ballista. Alright, interesting scenario. I think we just killed a Selfless Spirit immediately. Sack it, that's fine. Now they're just drawing off the top. We have like cards under their spell quellers, which we probably want back. In typical Spirit fashion, they probably just draw like a collected company here, which would be, again, frustrating. But the fact that like they're just gonna go for us, that makes sense. What is that? 3, 6, 9, 14. So it's lethal. They can just flash in the Selfless Spirit they've probably drawn. Maybe I should have done this on their upkeep if I was paying more attention. Here comes the Selfless Spirit that they top decked. Okay, yeah, same thing, really. Very frustrating games. Just getting got by the really good top decks. Kind of finding it hard to maintain positive attitude. Oh, it's just really annoying. I want to keep in Hydras. We just did Vivian, it's not great. Thank you, I appreciate that. It was my fault for how I blocked. I should have blocked more aware of Coco into like Lord. I didn't think about it properly. This is my fault. It sounds fine. I mean, like, the problem is that I don't have a second coloured land for a Winding Constrictor. I think if I draw any land, it's not too bad to make the Stone Quail a 3/3, so I'm okay with keeping this. Hoping to draw a green land. Not quite what I was asking, but it's a land, so I'll take it. Let's make it 2/2. Rishgar will let us play our Winding Constrictor out because it makes all our creatures tap for green. I think I just want to play the Rishgar and attack for free. You can also play the Constrictor this time. It doesn't seem very good. I like playing Constrictor next turn when I can make a 2/2 Ballista with it in the same turn. I'm just gonna. I can also make a 4/4 maybe, a 3/3, one of the two. Happy to attack with the Stonecoil this turn. So, yes, very much so. I really like a lot of what's going on. I like all the alternate art, like the Godzilla stuff. I think the set's really fun. Nothing seems like Eldraine level yet, which is good. I'm glad, because that set isn't the best indication. This is really annoying. We'd like a black source, like a second one, so I can bait a spell queller with the Whiny Constrictor. I think given the scenario, we have to just play out our Constrictor and see what happens. They spell queller, we just like attack. Yep. I can make a 2/2 blister still. But it doesn't feel great. I can't push it. I don't have Revolt, nor do I have any black mana. I'm happy just like being aggressive here. Our creatures are bigger, so we're gonna like put them under the pressure of our free power creatures. I'm hoping next turn to like do something akin to Ballista, kill something, push one of the like a Queller, or if they have a Lord. They also just have like Coco here, which is not great for me. They're attacking though, which I'm happy to see. Not a fantastic draw, but that's what happens when you put elves in your deck. So here comes a spell queller again. Or okay, collected company is about what I expected. Hit the double lords, as is always the case. I will just go ahead and push one of them. Get in with my Rishgar. I'm gonna leave my Stonecoil back as a blocker. I just want to keep pumping this Ballista up now. I'd like a Hardened Scales at this point. Problem is that I like always got like flash threats, which is frustrating to deal with. I'm sure you can tell I'm not the biggest fan of playing against spirits. I just don't like the gameplay a lot of the time. Might just be because I'm not very good. But regardless, I can pass my blister twice. Which is fine. I don't really want to play into another spell queller if I don't have to. I eventually will have to. I don't hate doing it now. There's another Coco. So the more Cocos I have, the more sad I feel. There's the spell queller, and then probably hit another Lord. Yep. Oh my god. Alright. Well, this is about what I expected. I literally called it, so I can't really complain. I guess I can, that's what I'm doing, but can't say I'm not frustrated. The 3-mana lords are the worst, because I can't push them, and they just like always have spell queller for whatever threat I could have that also kills stuff. In the game before, it was like I had all the answers, but they have two selfless spirits, so I can do anything about it. And I had double lords, so my blister's useless. If they flunge this, what is that, lethal probably? 4, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. Yeah, they're just gonna attack with their 3/3 that I like don't want to block, because Stone Cold Serpent's keeping everything else back, so they're just gonna keep attacking with that until I die. They still have 3 cards in hand. It's not looking great. It's a very frustrating game. It's not making... I'm not having a great time. Excuse me. Against these kind of decks. Okay. That resolves, which is good for us. At this point, do we die? Elvish Mystic can add green or add green, which is cool. We can put cower on the blister again, put it to 5, but it just kill 2 things. We block 1, so we take 7. So we're not dead. And our blister will keep getting bigger. Okay. I lose to like a flash Nebelcast Herald. I can't do anything about that anyway. Just gonna draw a card. Okay, I think right now is a good time to kill something. So I'm going to do that. Just one of the lords. It means our stone coils always block. Oh wait, no, we don't kill something. Are we just dead then? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12? No, we don't. We're not dead yet, which is good news. Okay. Doesn't seem like the Sphere matchup is as good as I thought. I think it depends on how many Stonecoil Serpents you get with like a good amount of counters. If I get a Stonecoil Serpent now, I'd be pretty happy because it'd be very large. But it's also like they go wide, so it's not like as great as you'd expect still. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 10, 13. So I die to a lord regardless. I want to block this, I think, because it gives us another Nissa. Are they all at me? Yeah. So I'm assuming there's a just gonna put us to 2. That makes sense. Finding Constrictor is a very good draw. Kill off their whole team here at this point, or we can just kill them. We can just kill them. So I think that is what we're going to do. What do we lose to if we try and kill them? Coco, 2 Nebelgast Heralds, taps down our team. Do we die to that anyway? If I plus the Ballista, makes it a 5. I can kill this, kill 2 of these, I die anyway? Yeah, okay. We have to go for the win. Again, I animate 2 Moor Vaults as well. I think it's better to use this to animate this. Okay. Never mind. They have settled the wreckage. How could I be so foolish? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I should have thought about settled the wreckage. They've been sitting on like 2 cards the whole game. They haven't been doing anything with them. Oh, it's so frustrating. Okay, that's fine. Spirit decks, not fantastic. Not something I enjoy playing against. This makes me like, cause I'm okay when I can see everything on the field, but when I have to like assume what they have every single time, well, I guess I'm supposed to do that regardless. That's correct, because they only have what, like 1 or 2 cells. I don't think it's right to like play around that. I can make my like Blister 5 and I can kill the Lord and like 2 things. I guess that like leaves them with a 1/1. So I guess that's like the more conservative play. That would be what I would do as an alternative. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was indeed a fool. My girlfriend messaged me. We have a thing in the house. Fool is not a word that we use. I know I keep saying it now, but it's just for context. Okay, this is fine. So we refer to it as the F word, as it's very naughty. Okay, so I'm still on the draw. I haven't actually been on the play yet, which probably says a lot about my luck today. Sure, go have a nice time. Hope you win. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to play against it more just to know what I'm playing against. I like to know the matchup better. Yeah, I keep this, and I put this back. Okay, gonna get... Okay, no, it's tapped. Cool. We have a fairly aggressive start. Happy to see the Mining Constrictor. I'm not entirely sure. I imagine if this is inverted, a matchup 10 is probably good that we need to leverage our counters just to kind of race them. It looks like it's Sultai though. Which I think is fine. They tend to be slow enough for us to do our thing, but also they have a lot more removal. They have abrupt decay as well as pushes. I think I'm just gonna play the removal out as well as the Winding Constrictor. I want to get the removal out so I can use it, but also I don't know if I'm actually gonna. Next time I'm gonna cast a Vivian, I think. I'm definitely playing this out. It's just about whether or not I just play this tapped or play the move ult. I can also play the move ult next time, but I think I want to play the Blooming Marsh at that point. I think I will. I guess this is, it's not, I was going to say it's bad if they kill my little elf, but I have 2 more green sources in my hand, so I can cast this eventually anyway. Okay, this is a Dredge deck instead. I think our Vivian will be a lot better in this case. They won't have a lot of removal. We'll be able to outsize their creatures eventually. I guess the problem is that they go wider than we do, so I guess Ballista is probably going to be like a card that we will like to draw. We can Grace's Hydra with Trample will probably be one of the best ways just to get through all these as well. Suncoil Serpent's also a good draw. I think it might be possible that I want to hold on to this for a turn and then just like cast these 2 things. Can make this a 2. I can kill the probably an Amoeba and like just make a 2/2 Serpent and then start putting cows on them. I like that. I can also just double this instead, which will make it a because it doubles and then puts another counter on it. Yeah, I like this doubling. I want to be aggressive. I think I'm not just gonna. All my creatures that are relevant have trample. So it's gonna be like a 5/6. Yeah. Yeah, just get my creatures out. Next time play Vivian. Start making them huge again. Okie doke. I'm going to have to look at that graveyard. So they haven't hit any prize amalgams yet, which is good. That's like the main thing that we're worried about really. Not a lot else in their deck that I think I'm necessarily worried about. Okay, second Constrictor is very good. Something we'll probably play next turn, just to make our things even bigger. Kind of like, I'll probably plus on both of these and then just attack with the Hydra. Actually, I think I'm just going to go in with both of these. No reason not to need this back. I could attack with it as well, and I could triple block. But yeah, I'm fine with them just like Stitches Suppliering just to get it in the bin to mill free cards. Yep, that's fine. There's their first amalgam. They don't have a is it Haunt listed? Whatever it is, the 4 mana one that you pay to discard, get it back. They don't have that in the bin yet, so they have nothing to worry about in regards to that coming back immediately, unless they have another Gather pack where they mill all of them. Okay, they need one of their free Grizzly salvages, which is what they have. Another Stitcher Supplier. They're kind of running out of engine cards. Oh, never mind. Sidisi is interesting. I don't know if it's necessarily good. There's a Haunted that I was talking about. Yeah, 2/2. I don't think I care, really. I think I just play Constrictor. Probably. Does that have Death Touch? It doesn't. Okay. These are the kind of times when it'd be nice if I probably had some music, I imagine. Might be something I do. I don't know. If I'm putting it on YouTube, it probably means that I won't get, like, it'll probably just get taken down. But if I kill plus, do they die? Probably close to dying. Not really doing the maths, but kill that. These become a 9 and a 6, so that's 15 damage. -4. If they block it, they die. I think it's probably the correct play. I also get a questing beast if I wanted, but I don't think I want to do that. Puts them without a board, basically, which I think is fine. They have to block these, like, I mean, it's bad if they do. Okay, cool. None of our sideboard cards seem great. I think our general deck configuration is good against what they're doing. They don't have a lot. It depends on what they're going to bring in. I imagine they're going to probably try and be a bit more reactive. And we can bring in fatal pushes to, like, delay them in a sense, but I think just making big creatures is better in that scenario. This doesn't do anything, neither does this card. I think this is, I think one of the cards I was thinking of this deck could do with is maybe like 1 or 2 Scavenging Users in the 75. I'm not entirely sure what you would take out. I'm not sure how useful the Witch Stalkers are outside of like the Inverted and like Control Mirrors. But okay, so this hand makes big Ballista. That's about all it does. However, is that enough in this matchup? They have a lot of 1/1s. As long as you get bigger than 3 power, it tends to be good. I think I will keep it. Anything I draw off the top will be very strong. Namely, Nissa. I could get Thoughtseize here. It's just a supplier. That makes more sense. I don't think they would bring in Thoughtseize in this matchup, although it is possible that they do. You never know. Okay. Maybe an end step stop. Probably. I don't know why they would have an end step stop. Okay, that's a good draw as well. We want to just get one of these scales down. Then we want to get these other scales down, and then our turn 3 will be very strong, because then we'll be able to go 4/4 Ballista, 4/4 Stone Coil Serpent in one turn, and that seems like it would pose quite a big problem for our opponent. I think the general problem with the dredge deck in this format is obviously the lack of dredge cards. You kind of have to rely on your like boring 2-mana sorceries. Yep, like I like Driven to Despair a lot. They brought an ultimate price. I don't know if that works with it doesn't work with colorless creatures, but that's for sure. Alright, I'm just gonna play these two and pass. I'm doing this in a very awkward way. Cool. So we're now set up for next turn to be very good. I guess we can make a we make a 4/4 Ballista and a 4/4 Stone Coil, and then next time we can like pump this to be a 7/7, kill anything that they do. They're not putting us under a lot of pressure really. Yeah, just had gathered a pack. That's the correct word. We're mainly getting domed by these creeping chills, but they only have so many of them. Ballista will stop like us getting, hopefully getting done in by the Despair is the aftermath side, yeah. So I'm hoping that we can get to a point now where we don't have to worry about what they're doing and we can just kind of keep casting. Yeah, the Gurmag is okay. I forgot you can just kick creatures with that kind of thing. I guess the Gurmag poses an issue, but it's also a case of I think we just need a turn, and then the Gurmag isn't a problem anymore. So what I can do is like if I block it with the Stone Coil and ping it. The problem there is if they aftermath the Despair, and then we could die. Okay, so we just drew the best card for our scenario, I think. So it's it goes to a 5, it kills it. Yeah, that's pretty good for us. Wait, does it go to a 5? No, it just goes to a 4. Never mind. I can make it. What I can do is I can just play out these two. No, I could just play this out as like a big blocker for the Gurmag, but then they can Despair, and then I take 7. Whereas if I then play these two instead, if they Despair, then I double block ping these two. Or I can just double block. I don't really want to discard these cards. I think it is better to play out these two creatures. Given the fact they have a Despair in their graveyard. Also, if I double block and I range it, like Stone Coil first, then Ballista, I'll just kill one of like the Knock Amoeba, and then like discard the land, and I still have the Hydra. Yeah, there's a Despair. If that's all they do with the turn, I'm pretty happy because I know what I'm doing. Yeah, okay, it looks like that's all they're doing. So just double block this. I think either way, I'm happy just not killing the Stitcher Supplier because I don't want it to mill anything relevant into the graveyard. Okay, so they just do it like this, so I'm just gonna ping the knock amoeba. That's really good for us, I think. Surprised they did it like this. I think if they're not doing anything else with their turn, they're better off making sure the blister dies. Next turn, I think I'm just gonna make a big Hydra. See what I draw. Yeah, that's fine. Go to 7. The Painland is doing what it says on the tin and being quite painful. Okay, so they probably gonna like gather the pack now because they have they don't have spell mastery. They probably would have done that earlier. Yeah, that's fine. Not too concerned about a State Wayfinder unless it hits like double chill. Okay, just a knock amoeba. The Decimate is something to look out for. I don't know if they can get anything back from the graveyard. I know one of my friends, when they played this, they played Corpse Churn in the deck to get these things back. I don't know if that's common. Might be better actually to keep the land in retrospect, so that I could activate the Ballista. I think I just want to make a big Hydra this turn. It'll become for an 8? No, even more than that. For an 11, 12. I think that's correct. Which would be more than enough to win the game with. I just pumped this Ballista. Yeah, attack with it. I don't, unless they hit double chill here, I don't think I'm dead to anything. Thinking about what I could die to. Okay, they're gonna jump. That means my chances of dying are even lower. I'm not sure. I'm entirely open to just getting double chilled, even though they have 2 chills in their graveyard. I think if they attack with the supply, I'm just gonna let it go. I think I'm fine with going to 4. 3 is the scary number. Anything more than that, and I think I'm fine for now. Because I think I can win the next turn, or at least like Ballista isn't a problem. Yeah, just let this go. I don't want to give him a chance to mill anything relevant. The 1 damage isn't as relevant. I can make the Ballista a 6 or a 7? A 7. Yeah. Okay, another Stitch Supplier. That's a good question. Personally, I think it's very strong. It has its pros and cons in the matchup. I think it's better on the play. You could definitely replace it with Windows 10. Definitely don't. I see some players they've been favoring Windows Vista recently. I don't know why. It's just clearly the inferior OS, especially in this matchup. But I think if you want to always win this matchup, you tend to probably want to go for Windows 10, I'd say. But this isn't really on my radar, so I'm fine with Windows 7. Okay, so they've got Haunted Dead, but that's okay. So they're gonna get back a delve creature, which is fine. The problem now is the Stitcher Supply. I suppose the problem of like we don't want them to hit us really. Another scenario where I would like a scavenge use, I think. We're not going to play that, I don't think. I think we're just going to make our ballista very big. And I think it's tough because of how low we are. I guess like they don't tend to mill a lot, and so however they mill is just going to be wherever the stitches suppliers are. They will have to block here, but I don't want them to like triple block this. And I also don't want to attack with my Hydra. I guess if I attack and they don't block, then it will kill them next turn, because that'll be, I only need 9 extra points of damage. I only need 2 points from what's on the table. But I think if I'm playing to win, I should attack with the Hydra. The more time I give them, the more time they have to find like chills and stuff. I only need 2 more points, so I can at least use the ballista to like block the Gurmag and ping a knock amoeba. That makes sense. Hope they don't hit a chill. I think we're okay if they hit 1 chill. Assuming they don't do anything else. Okay. I guess it might have been good to play the land if we draw another land, because then we can activate the ballista and activate Moveable, which I think is better than holding this. There's no reason to hold it if I'm tapped out. So it's a retrospective decision I would have made. Okay, so opponent's attacking with everything as we expected. Holding priority. I'm just gonna block this. I don't want to take 2 damage because that'll put me in range of a hardcast chill. I'm not representing anything. It's just to leave a card in hand. So it's just like, I think it's just strictly wrong to just not play it. I think I just like thought too hard about the the card. Yeah, there's the chill. So we played around now. They don't have any left, so all their damage is probably on the table. So given that we should win, yeah, cool. Alright. Hope to get at least our money back. That'd be ideal. Okay, so we have one against Ensoul and Dredge. 2 losses to Spirits. I think that matchup isn't something that our deck is necessarily suited for. I would maybe play like, if I wanted to beat that matchup a bit more, or as I expected to see it a bit more, I'd probably bring in like, have like Noxious Grasps to deal with the spell Quellers and stuff. We only have like Veil Pushes in our sideboard, which is fine, but not great. This is okay. So I've been on the draw every single match of this league, but that's okay. These things happen. This hand's potentially very powerful, and we're on the draw, so we have 2 draws to a land. And even if we don't, we can at least like make a stone coil, so I like keeping it. I probably want to ditch the constrictor because it doesn't fit on our curve well, because we want to get these down first primarily, and it requires us to draw a black land when we have Mutavaults in our deck, so I think I am okay with that. Okay, so our opponent is playing mountain cards. Okay, I think I know what they're playing. I think our deck is generally well suited for the matchup, except the elves part, which I think might make this matchup a bit problematic. If they, especially this game, rather, if they just like kill my mystic. I know that the if it's Rakdos Cackler, it's probably Gruul, and if that's the case, they're less likely to run Wild Slash, which it seems like that's the case. Okie doke, just a lot of 2/2s. No land, but I can start outsizing their stuff, and the stone coil blocks either the burning tree or the Galia, which is good. So I'm hoping to find a land next turn. I'll probably play the Rishgar. Rishgar will make them 4/4s, which will probably put me in a very commanding position. And then after that I can make a Ballista or a Nissa or a Hydra, whatever fits the board state. Actually, Stone Cold Serpent blocks their whole team and doesn't die because Cackler's a Rakdos hybrid card. I didn't think about that. So I get to trade for one of their creatures regardless. So this is a very good scenario for me. They're probably just gonna fling in. Yeah, that makes sense. They're not drawing any. I think I want to get rid of that as soon as possible. Not drawing any green mana, which is good for us. And we drew a land, which is fantastic. We can get this Rishgar down. Make our guys massive. Then we just pass. Next turn we can play a Ballista and kill off their board, or we can play both really. We can play a Ballista and a Nissa, but then we leave ourselves tapped out. There's the Anax. That's okay. I think we're alright with that. We have the Hydra to kill it. It's quite large. I think we want to just get rid of their pips this turn. I can make a free Ballista. It's not great. I like just playing Nissa then, I think, or like Voracious Hydra. To kill a burning tree. And then play a Lana Royals. Yeah, it seems fine. I'm happy with that. Make sure I've got the sizing right. Yeah, that's fine. Kill this. Yeah, Sated, that's not too bad. Play out now. Pass the turn. I just kind of want to set up a strong Ballista turn with this Nissa. Or I can just play the Nissa and like kill them, probably. They have the game trail finally, but obviously it's a Gruul tap land. Gruul Guildgate now because they have no other lands in their hand. Nomad Courier doesn't do anything. I should be wary of Embercleave. I mean, this is similar, but I think we're okay with this. We can block accordingly. I think I can just I can block to so yeah, I want to block everything but the Annex. I can take 8. From where that is. No, that's not relevant. That's the relevant one. So I take 10, go to 12. If I do that, I can also just like jump the Annex, take 3 less. That's true. I guess that's probably better than the Cackler. It's just a creature, yeah. They'll all make tokens. I can also like potentially present lethal next turn. Can I present lethal if I don't block 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? No, because I die then. Okay, I'm just gonna jump like this then. I want a land. Okay, that's a land. I can make a 4/4 ballista, which probably is enough because that kills like all the small dudes. Then making my guys huge. I'm pretty convinced by that. I want to use this to do that. Cool. I probably want to stop Embercleave, but I think I just like ping whatever they put Embercleave on if that's the case. What else do I want to be wary of? No, I think that's fine. We can start pinging down their 1 toughness creatures if they don't have anything next turn, and then we can start swinging in, I think. Okay, so the Annex comes in. I'll block with the Rishkar because it's less important. I just want to get the Satyrs. That's fine. There's another Annex, that makes sense. Probably just start killing off the pips. Maybe I should have done that in response so I didn't get the things. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, it's non-token, so I'm just gonna start killing off these. I can also, I think I'm gonna wait until next turn to present lethal. Okay, maybe not now that I have that. So this is the only thing that can block. It blocks the biggest non-trample threat, which will be Rishkar at the time, which will be an 8. It takes 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, lethal. Okay, I'm just gonna make a plan. They are very dead. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know that they don't have to. They can get like 4 satyrs out of that instead, right? Instead of just the 2. Um, Probably don't know about their interaction. And they also blocked the trample creature. Cool. Alright. So we want fail push. We might want some number of Unravel the Aether because it deals with Anax and also deals with Embercleave, which they probably run. I don't know how much we care about that though. I think on the draw I would be happy to see that instead of maybe like Vivian. Vishgar's not great on the draw. I'm also maybe happy cutting Lanoel's potentially. Gracious Hydra we want just as like another removal spell, but it's quite expensive. So I don't hate trimming one. And like Miss is not great either. This is a good hand. Happy with this. I mean, we need like more Callous Energies, but like we have the 2/3 is actually surprisingly relevant against their board. And depending on what they do turn 1, we may or may not just fail push them instead of playing an elf. I could also just see blocking with the elf on the Bomat Courier. I kind of like, now that we just draw on the hardened scales, is playing an elf out, and then next time we have access to 3 mana, so we can like Winding Constrictor fail push, or like hardened scales, Lanoel's fail push, next turn Winding Constrictor and something. I'll let this go through. I have to see how they mulligan today. They had 6 cards this turn. Yeah, I kind of like the triple spell. We're hoping to draw like a Ballista. I think we might just want to play the Constrictor out just because it's like a good blocker. And then it's a question of whether or not we want to hold up the push, which I think we do. So I'll pass. We're just hoping to draw any sort of X spell at this point, and then we're like in a really good scenario. We don't want to get this, like, let them cash in on this Bomat either. We don't have to. I will block the Bomat. Also, it's better against the Tarka's command. That's why they're playing like that. If they do Tarka's command me, I think I'll just push the one that I'm blocking. Even though that's a bit awkward. I think I'm actually fine. Just I'm gonna take the block. They probably have a Tarka's command. Oh wait, I didn't know you could do that. If they do that, actually, I'm just going to push the one that they do that on. I'm happy with them spending their turn doing that. And then I get to have a free like 2-drop out of that. I only take 2 out of the deal. Yeah, I'm just going to play out my 1-drops, hold up this Unravel the Aether for a potential Anax. And I'm just gonna... I also can do it to the Bomat if I need to. There's a Burning Tree. I guess in the scenario where I have this Unravel the Aether would have been better if it was like any of the things that I boarded out. I mean, I'm absolutely fine with them having that card. That's fine. My Winding Constrictor... okay, I think I'm going to Unravel now, because I don't want them to cash in on this Bomat at all. We just drew another Scales. So now I'm looking for any sort of payoff. Ideally a Ballista. Ballista would kind of shut this game down. Hydra's good, Nissa's good, Vivian's good. We have a lot of good draws. I think they're kind of top decking at this point. We both are, but I think my top decks are stronger. If they're attacking with these 2, I think I'm okay. Yeah, I could see an Attacker's command. I think if that's the case, I'm okay with just blocking one. It's like not a good attacker's command for them if that's the case. They're just gonna +1, that's fine. I'm okay with that trade. Mootval is a better land, but not what we want to see, really. They attack again with the Fire Drinker, we'll just do the same thing. Cackler. Let's do it again. Don't really know why they're trading their aggressive 2 or like 1 drops into our bad creatures, but I'm fine with that. Don't want to yield. I want to be able to activate Moveable. Accidentally press 2. So I'm still like thinking Attackers command, but I can't. I don't think I meant to not block. There's the Attackers command, as expected. But then we draw a failed push. That's okay. Pass the turn. Yeah, no, it's been great. Even more actually, I think. No, yeah, just followed them. There's the Bushwacker. They're casting it just as a haste. I think at this point I want to like mitigate. So I want to I'm going to trade my move ult for this. I'm going to push this. Just hoping to draw anything now at this point. Stonecoil Serpent would be great. A forest would not be. I think I should have. I don't know. They're gonna do anything. Like they're just gonna be aggressive at this point. We're at a point now where like we die to Attackers command, even if. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. We flooded out a bit. I think we'll be better on the play though. Well, there's the Stonecoil Serpent we were hoping for. I think we take out the Unravel the Aethers now. We don't really want them in the post-board games. I like Rishgar better on the play. I also like Nissa more. Because it blocks well. I think this is fine. Hoping to not get such unfortunate draws this time. I think if we drew any X-Spell that game, we were, or anything that does with anything with counters, we were probably like very likely to win. This hand's good. Definitely keep this. We go Scale, Serpent, Nissa or Hydra. Probably Hydra. Serpent actually blocks like pretty much everything in their deck, so let's make sure I don't skip through my turn, because I've done that a couple times in the past week. So okay, then playing tap land feels great. Us drawing fail push feels great. This is our game to win. A 3/3 blocks pretty much everything in their deck. Could see Burning Tree Emissary into Galia, or like double 1-drop, or just 1/1-drop. Gonna play out this move ult, and I'm going to play this Hydra. I'll probably kill the Satyr because the Serpent blocks the Emissary all the time. Oh yeah, okay. This isn't the Pelt Collector version, is it? This is like straight red. It just splashes for Ataka's command, right? And like burning trio and the sideboard cards. That makes sense. I think I want to kill the Satyr. Has what's it called? Has synergy with Golgari as well. If they cast that. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I saw this deck a bit. It looked really fun. I think I definitely like casting Ataka's command. But I quite like the free drop version that plays elves and Goblin Rabble Master and the like. Yeah, if we had killed the Burning Tree Emissary this turn, they would have been able to attack us with the Satyr, which wouldn't have been good for us. I'm okay with shocking here. I think I just want to like make a big board. And my life total isn't really under threat at the moment. Let's make them huge. I'm gonna attack with my Hydra. Keep active 5/5 because it blocks everything on the board. Can't see us losing from this point really. We have the fail push. We have an extra removal. We have a Nissa going for chump blocks. Them drawing more than 3 lands seems bad for them. Unless they go like 2-drop Bushwacker, but even then we can like deal with that at a reasonable pace. I could even see attacking with the Stone Quill. I mean, the Stone Quill pretty much always gets through, so I would have put them on like a clock. So I guess they would have died this next turn. So that might have been correct. It's having a good old think about what they have to do. They begin by going to combat and then going out of combat. Start by doing the obvious play. I just attack with all my creatures, make a 4/4 Stonequill Serpent, held up push. Sure. The Senataka's command. Yep, respond by pushing. Get the 2-for-1. And make a Stonequill Serpent. Cool. Don't think our opponent can win from this position. 2 pro multicolored creatures that have trample. Yep, alright, we got the 3/2. I definitely think that this deck has legs. I think the 2 matches we played against, the 2 matches we lost with Spirits, they were both very unfortunate games where I think if I was a bit more cognizant of what was in our hand and had better reads, we would have definitely won at least one of them. There was the Settle the Wreckage Gauss. When they were dead, we could have stabilized behind a Walking Blister instead of going for lethal, but we were at a low life total, so we were trying to consider like ways of dying. I didn't have Settle on my radar. There's also just like unfortunate at times. I think I definitely would like to maybe not see these Witch Stalkers. I'd like to. It's an awkward card. I guess that the idea I think is that it's good against the inverted decks. as like an unkillable threat that just keeps getting bigger. But I think I'd like to see that as like a scavenging ooze or two, and maybe a Noxious Grasp or something. I like the questing beast is there to get out of the sideboard. I don't know. It's not my deck. It's as I said at the start, it's Dominic Harvey's deck. He's a lot more smarter than He's smarter than I am, so he probably knows what he's doing. But that would just be what I would do. Yeah. Before I go, I will open my chesty for you to see. That's always fun. Cool. 5 play points. Perfect. And some garbage. Alright. I hope many more smart indeed. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank everyone for coming in and talking. I had a lot more talk in the chat than usual. I appreciate it. If you enjoy what I'm doing and like to watch more, feel free to follow or subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow where I will be playing Arena Standard. I haven't played like ranked there in a long time, so I'm like in Bronze 4, but I'll get the steady climb. I'll be playing Team Rail Elementals probably. I really like that deck. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.